and welcome back to another episode of my Fulham career mode. In today's episode we have two more tough games, including the third round replay against Wickham after the 3-3 draw earlier in the season. So for the Wickham game, they went for Stockdale, McCarthy, Tasflowy, Stewart, Jacobson, Gape, Bloomfield, Thompson, Horgan, Akinfenwa, Unadema. We made a few changes. We went for Rodak, Garcia, Foyth, Tete, Bryan, Les, Lamina, Williamson, Cavallero, Kenny and Mitrovic. First action in the game then came 5 minutes in. Williamson driving towards the byline, trying to get that cross in. Does get the cross in. Mitrovic attacked it, but the keeper was able to hold on. They then come forward. They were posing a threat like they were in the game against us earlier in the season. Volley at the back post, but Rodak did well to just save with his legs here. See, it's a good strike, but he just did well just to get his legs to it. We then had a corner. Tete won his header, but it just bounced over the bar. We continued to come forward. They were really being tested at this point. We got Williamson in behind, and it's another good save. We then had another corner. This time it was Foyth attacking it, and then Kearney attacked it, and it was cleared off the line. We're getting so close to that opening goal. Cavallero went for the curling shot like he did in the game before. Keeper could hold on, but then we won it back from the keeper's kick. Williamson played it into Kearney. Kearney played it into Mitrovic, a good little drop of the shoulder, and we were 1-0 up. It's a great finish from our top scorer, Mitrovic. Don't know where we would be without him, the amount of goals he scored for us. And it is 1-0 to Fulham. Good little ball from Kenny. Lovely little drop of the shoulder to send the defender. And he was in behind and just simple finish for a player of his quality. Just smashes home. And we were 1-0 up. Deservedly so. And then in stoppage time at the end of the first half, we continued to come forward. We wanted to get that second goal. Lovely move. One touch stuff. Played it into Mitrovic again. A very delicate finish from a striker that doesn't seem that he would be able to do a sort of delicate finish. And we were 2-0 up. We'd extended our lead before half time. You see here, lovely one-touch stuff. Lamina with a good little ball, and Mitrovic just guides it past the keeper. Keeper's already going down one way, so Mitrovic just rolls it in the other direction. It's not just in the middle of the goal, and we were 2-0 up. Start the second half, we continued to come forward. Cavallero was continuing to pose a threat down this left-hand side. He went for the curling shot again, but the keeper was equal to it this time. Another good crossing from Bryan, another good save from their keeper, Mitrovic heading. Then the ball, we tried to play out from the back, and it dropped for Hogan, and he'd scored, so they were back in the game. Just what we didn't want to happen at the start of the second half. Poor from Tete, trying to play the ball out from the back, and they just gave it away here. Big deflection, but it comes to their man. And it's a good finish on the volley past Rodak. See here, good touch on his head just to cushion the ball. Rodak could possibly do better, but we've given the ball away cheaply again. Anyway, so we tried to bounce back from that, gave the ball to Cavallero on the left-hand side. He was posing some real problems for them. He was really getting in behind them. And then he did score. Cut inside his man too easily and smashed in at the near post. And it was 3-1. We were back with a 2-goal cushion. Thank God. Really good play from him. See, cutting inside here really easily and smashing in that near post. No chance for the keeper. And he was probably one of the unsung heroes of the season, Cavallero. Didn't score that many goals, didn't get many assists, but his driving power was too good for opposition teams sometimes. We continued to come forward. Mitrovic played the ball out wide to Les, who hadn't seen much of the ball. But look at that for a cross, and a simple header from Mitrovic. For Mitrovic to get his hat-trick. His first hat-trick of the season. Good play from Les to get down to the byline. Good little dink in. Simple for Mitrovic, who's in between the two defenders. No chance for the keeper, not even if it is technically straight at him, just a little bit above him. Could possibly do better, the keeper, but we were 4-1 up and we didn't care because we were basically through at this point. There's no way Wickham were going to come back now. we continue to come forward. Mitrovic, I think it was the last action of the game, cutting inside on his right, standing it up towards Cavallero, who nearly hit it on the volley, and then Les, good strike, but it was straight to keeper. Continues to come forward. Mitrovic still on the pitch. I think I'd made the sub at this point. Williamson straight at the keeper again. We could have had 5 or 6, but we just wasted a couple of chances. And then Wickham, credit to them, they continued to come forward even though they were losing by a few. And that's a very, very good finish. And it was 4-2. Just a consolation though, nothing else was going to happen in the game. This guy had scored a couple at Craven Cottage as well, so we knew the problems he could pose. But that was the final action of the game, and we had lost. Then we had Chelsea in another London derby. Went for Ariola, Tete, Pablo, Foyth, Robinson, Doyle, Lamina, Reed, Cavallero, Kearney, Mitrovic. Went for Kepa, can't say that, Rudiger, Silva, Gaya, Kovacic, Kante, Pizzi, Havertz, Pulisic, and Werner. They had Corona at right back, which is funny because Corona get it. So after the success in the Cup, we wanted to build on that. But we knew it's going to be a difficult game against Chelsea. Especially considering when we started like this, getting beat in the air on the wing and then Havertz nearly going in very close. We then had a corner, not long after that, played him towards Mitrovic. His header was cleared off the line. It dropped to Reed. He went to strike it, but it was blocked. Not long after that, Chelsea came forward and they were tearing us open at times, to be fair, and Werner forcing Ariola into another good save. For some reason, our left back, I think it was Brian, put out for a corner. And the cross came in, headed down, and it dropped to Rudiger, and they were 1-0 up. Exactly not what we wanted to happen in the first 20 minutes. Could see a few of their players celebrate, the rest of them run off. It was a good cross in, but Lamina shouldn't get beaten in the air there, and then Rudiger's got the simplest of tasks, just to tuck the ball home. No chance for Ariola. And he continued to come forward 10 minutes later. Werner holding off Foyth's challenge, playing the ball through to Havertz. Another good finish, and this could get embarrassing. We were 2-0 down inside the opening half an hour. We really needed to turn up today against Chelsea because it's an important game. Lovely little ball here through from Werner. Havertz, is a simple finish for him. Chesson had another corner. It was attacked and it hit the bar and dropped down from Thiago Silva, I think it was. They continued to come forward, Chelsea, on the stroke of half time. Werner was unnecessary to do the little flick up after he'd beaten Pablo. And it was 3-0 and we continued our stretch as the worst defensive team in the league. You see here, Pablo, I thought he was going to get the shot off straight away. Simple finish for Werner. And it was 3-0. Werner then beats our man again and smashes home for number 4. So we were pretty much out of the game at this point. We were just playing for pride. Good little ball to Werner, who turned Foyth it was this time, trying to make the block. And Ariola again, he must have been so frustrated with the defence. And Werner's got the simplest of tasks, just to tuck the ball home. So we came forward with one of our rare attacks. Mitrovic got in behind Thiago Silva with his power and pace. Got the shot away, straight at, I think it was Kepa they had in goal. We then won the ball back high up the pitch. Kearney went towards goal, forcing Kepa into a good save. Corner then came in. And Pablo, of all people, the new captain, got his head to it, headed home. First goal for Fulham. Obviously would have been a bit bittersweet because we were 4-1 down, but it's good to see him get on the score sheet. Good header, but it wasn't going to affect the outcome of the game. We just needed to try and play for pride and not concede too many more goals now. 75 minutes in, Giroud turns, I think it was Robinson playing the centre back at that point for some reason, and hammers home. So it was 5-1, and it was getting a little bit embarrassing now. We'd lost 3-1 at their place, but 5-1 was a bit embarrassing. Good little turn from Giroud, but on his right foot you wouldn't expect that from him, but he smashed home. And then slipped through Les with Brewster. I thought Brewster on because just give other strikers a rest, and pulled out a lovely little move here, probably one of the nicest goals of the game. to make it 5-2 with Brian Brewster. Good little bit of play. Les playing it inside to Williamson, I think it was. Oh no, it was Webb, our other youngster, who was playing at centre mid. I brought him on as well to give, I think it was Lamina, a rest. Play the ball just first time into the path of Brewster. You can take it first time, lovely like that. Then Chelsea had a free kick with not long to go, and surprise, surprise, it flies into the net. So it was Chelsea who were victors on another London derby. Fulham 2, Chelsea 6. So it's almost the equivalent, or basically the equivalent of what the scoreline was earlier in the season. It's just a bit more embarrassing when you concede 6 at home, coming from someone who conceded 8 at home. So that was the outcome. So we got through in the cup, but a poor performance in the league meant that we were not able to pick up any points in this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you later and goodbye.